Hello. Sometimes you want cookies, but sometimes you don't want a lot of cookies. So sometimes you only make 6 cookies, which is what I'm doing tonight. I'm making only 6 cookies. And I do have a guest.
Hey. How are you? I was just inspecting the floor for floor parts.
Are all the parts there?
They're all there.
Great.
I wanted to make sure, and I checked, and they were there.
I'm glad.
I was worried for a bit.
Who would have taken them? Kepler?
Wood gremlins.
Wood gremlins.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're gonna make a small batch of sugar cookies, and I took this recipe from some other sugar cookie recipe and basically cut it down until it was very small. And I've made it before, so I know it works, unlike the soy sauce cookie recipe, which was an experiment.
It was fun. They were fine.
They were fine.
They were fine.
So we're gonna get started on that soon. I did pull everything out. I did pull out the butter hours ago, so it's room temp, which is what I want.
Yep.
I did preheat the oven to 375 because I knew that would take a while, and it is whistly.
Oh, it's warm. Like ovens tend to be.
Yes.
That's fun.
So we're gonna get started in a few minutes, but we're gonna get through some alerts. We have a subscription from Charlotte Dante. Welcome. Also, oh, that's the wrong button. That was the Patreon button. Anyway, these are my patrons. These are the people who support me over on Patreon. If you'd like to support me, you can go and do so over at patreon.com/MalMakes.
I like that you rolled with that. Did I do something wrong, or you'd press the wrong button?
No, I hit the wrong button.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Anyway, there's perks with that, and you can go check them out over on Patreon.
My greatest hope is that throughout the stream multiple times you accidentally just run the Patreon ticker.
Listen, despite the alert button being a different color, I still messed that up.
I can't help you. Sorry.
We have a subscription from Axolotl. Welcome. Also from LSimi82. Welcome. 7 months from Goldmage 162. Subscription from Kokugan. Welcome. 3 months from Barbarian Rex. 4 months from Adam Attack 45. 5 months from K Crinion. 7 months. I can't believe I'm at 7.
Yeah.
From Starry Phoenix 17. Yeah. 6 months from Darkness Bride. 7 months from Ultra Husk. 500 bits from Game 3 Lover, who says, excited to relax tonight. What are we making? We are making sugar cookies.
Sugar cookies.
And I suppose,
small batch.
Small batch. And I suppose you could throw chocolate chips in it if you really wanted, or pecans, or I don't know, chocolate candy bar pieces or something. But we're just gonna do sugar.
I love a simple sugar cookie.
I do too. We have 6 months from Devstets. Yeah, time to be wild while LFD says. 7 months from Midi Knight. 7 months from Sakura Celica. 6 months from Dual Braids. 6 months from Missing No Leader. 7 months from the YOLP. 6 months from Chill Days. 6 months from Save Frog. So many people hitting 6 all at once. 7 months from Dragon Girl 2571. 4 months from Kirdelia, and a subscription from the Tacos Are Here. Welcome.
The tacos are here.
The Grackle Peck says chalky chip is best, but consider snickerdoodles. I love snickerdoodles because I like cinnamon.
Yeah.
So like you could make these like slightly snickerdoodly if you wanted, because we're gonna roll them in sugar, and you could roll them in cinnamon sugar.
You know another sugar adjacent cookie that I like? I don't remember the name. Chat will know immediately. The sugar cookie that you put like a single like chocolate kiss in the middle.
Oh, those are peanut butter.
Oh, they are peanut butter, aren't they?
They are.
Yeah, never mind. They're peanut butter. Then they're bad. Don't worry. They're bad and they don't taste good.
They don't?
Nope.
Oh.
Don't worry about it. They're bad. You know, you wouldn't like them because they're bad. They don't taste good. No one likes them.
Yeah, they're
Never
peanut
mind,
butter blossoms.
Yeah.
Those were like my favorite in middle school.
Yeah?
Yeah.
My favorite cookie is the kind that poisons my wife. Thanks, Brandon.
So this recipe has 7 ingredients, which makes it really great. And it's all stuff I had on hand when I started thinking about what I was doing this week.
Yeah.
So we have flour.
Oh, I can like show this better.
I'm just gonna hold it up.
Oh my God, that's
we
so
have
much easier.
Flour, baking soda, that's this one, baking powder, salted butter because there's no salt in the recipe, but you could use unsalted, and put a sprinkle of salt in, white sugar, an egg, and vanilla. What are you looking for?
Sorry, I never hooked the camera up to power.
Oh, that's not gonna be great soon.
It's not, it's fine. You might finish the stream before the camera dies, but I just was like, why is the battery at 79%? It's not hooked
All
up
right,
to power.
so we're gonna put all of our dry ingredients into a smaller bowl. And because this recipe is a small batch, hi kitty cat. You're just off screen, no one can see you. No one can see your little face. He's right below my hand. Like I'm almost booping him on the nose.
Yeah,
Oh, there's his paw.
I would show him if I weren't wrestling with
Hi,
cable.
this is not anything for you. I made tuna salad yesterday and he's decided that is the one human food he actually likes. So I think he thinks that anything I do now is tuna salad for him.
Where did Kitty go? Oh, you'll never get him to do it again.
No. There he is. Hello, baby.
Little head.
Is the bowl in the way of your little head? There you are. Hello. See, normally he doesn't like it when we cook. Whenever we start cooking and like there's sizzling on the stovetop, he freaks out and like leaves.
But not today.
Not today. No, we're making cookies. Nothing is for Kepler today. So, like I said, this is a small batch recipe, and because I've taken this from a larger batch recipe and cut it down, it's gonna be a lot of very strange measurements.
Yeah.
So.
Like a fourth an egg.
Yes. So the first thing is 2/3 cup plus a teaspoon of flour.
But the good news is, I think a lot of people can appreciate the fact that sometimes you want to make cookies, but you feel a little guilty to make a ton of cookies.
Yeah,
you feel a lot less guilty to make 6.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah, I'll make 6.
Will you point at this?
Yeah,
Thank you.
This is what.
So this is a 1/3 cup, but I did like a light scoop. I didn't like really cram it in there, and then I'm just going to level it.
Okay.
1/3. I'm gonna do that again. Two-thirds. And then a teaspoon. That's all the flour.
That's it. That's all the flour. So what was the total measurement of that?
2/3 plus a teaspoon.
2/3 a cup.
Yes, 2/3 cup plus teaspoon.
Okay.
And now we're gonna put in a 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda, and let me just double check that this is soda, because I've messed that up before. And now, an 1/8 teaspoon of baking powder.
An 1/8 teaspoon.
Uh-huh.
Incredible.
And I don't really have an 1/8 teaspoon, so I'm just trying to do like half. You can kind of see I split it a little bit.
Yeah.
It's probably just a little bit too much. That's better. Chaz says, metric users shaking their heads. Yeah, I mean, if I weighed this, it might be more accurate, but that's not part of the recipe. I need a whisk.
Accuracy is not part of this recipe.
So I'm just gonna whisk this together, just to make sure it's not all sitting in one spot. Listen, this is when you want cookies and you just need a few cookies.
Yeah. That went from want to need mid-sentence. I don't know if you caught that. This is when you want a few cookies and you need a few cookies.
All right, so it's 1/4 of a cup butter, which is half a stick.
Okay.
And our house must be warm because this is really soft.
It has been sitting out for a while.
Yeah. Steven went to get our car serviced today, and when he was gone, I did this.
Oh, you set it out then?
At some point.
Oh.
Probably when I fed Kepler.
Yeah, it's probably, but yeah, it's been sitting out a bit. That's fine. It's just gonna be not firm.
Oh, it's very soft, but that's fine. I have to put sugar in this. All right, next is a 1/4 cup and 2 tablespoons of sugar. Brasen says, sometimes you need cookies for something. That's true. Sometimes you just need cookies. All right, sugar is a 1/4 cup. A 1/4 cup and 2 tablespoons. And while I'm at it, I have a small bowl here, right here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw some sugar in this because I will need it before I start baking the cookies. So I'm just gonna throw 2 tablespoons in there.
Okay.
Separate than the ones I put in with the butter. All right, so now we need to cream these together. And that just involves kind of like whipping them. And I didn't really want to pull out my mixer because, like I said, this is just a recipe for when you really need cookies.
Yeah, you haven't planned cookies. You
No.
like have a sudden desire.
Yes.
It's really a...
And you don't want a DoorDash crumble.
Yeah. As a general rule, this will be much cheaper than such an activity.
We have a 7-month resub from BoopSnoot12, thank you. 5 months from One Weird Cat, 5 months from Gamer Girl Life, 5 months from Trainswreck, and 2 months from Hero Chaos Chow. Thank you all. Anyway, so my goal in doing this, and I'm just using a fork, is to basically make it homogeneous. So like there's not, like, because right now it's just kind of sugary butter.
Yeah.
I need it completely together.
And I mean, you know, sugary butter, I mean, don't knock it till you've tried it, but it can turn into something greater.
One of the things I did in high school is we would have friends over and we would all make desserts. So like one time we all made cookies and one time we all made pie.
Yeah.
And that was a lot of fun. Like one year we did Christmas cookies and then we spent a long time making them and then decorating them. Josh asked where I got these containers, which containers specifically? Because I have Pyrex mixing bowls. I have, these are OXO brand vacuum seal ones. And the sugar one, I don't know where it came from. But I like it because it has a leveler built in to level your spoon scoop. I like to have everything in my kitchen sealed because we live down south where we have a lot of bugs. So I seal absolutely everything. Which is one of the reasons we use chip clips in this house.
In this house.
All right, so you see how this has kind of all come together and is like homogeneous now?
From a distance, it looks a little bit like
Dough?
Like reheated mashed potatoes.
Kind of, but it's just butter and sugar.
I believe you.
Anyway, so that's all together. Where'd my, oh, my towel's under the bowl, so it wasn't making so much noise. MCL Blue says, wait, there are places that don't have a lot of bugs? So growing up in Wisconsin, I had never seen any cockroaches, ever. I didn't see my first one until I visited Stephen in South Carolina.
And we're like, oh, that's Lenny, he lives here.
They're huge. Did you know that they get that big?
It's just,
I sure didn't.
It's just part of South.
All right. All right, next we have to add our egg. I didn't pull an egg out.
Sorry, you've misspoken. Not an egg.
Well, I can't just pull a fourth of an egg out of the fridge.
You need like a fourth of an egg, right? Just a fourth of an egg.
You zoom in so close to my face.
I'm not as close as you think.
I can see this
Oh,
screen.
you can see. Oh, well.
So, I don't actually know what a fourth of an egg measures. And it's not super important if I get more or less than that. I just need to be close. I do need another fork. And a piece of cheese.
Piece of cheese?
Mm-hmm. So I have lightly whisked this. It's about 2 ounces, so I need like half an ounce. What's half an ounce in teaspoons? 3 teaspoons. Okay, so that's what I'm gonna use, which seems like a lot.
And what do we do with the other part?
I'm gonna make another batch of cookies after.
Mmm.
And that'll go to the neighbors because the neighbors brought us food when I was in recovery.
Yeah.
And I didn't get to eat any of it.
It was delicious.
I know it was.
Me, Alex, and Haley took care of it.
Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
They also gave us one of their plates.
Yeah.
And like, I need to return that because it's really pretty and it looks like a very nice plate. All right, so it's a 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla. And then we mix this up. Again, we're just trying to get it all together, and right now it's just not. Stephen, what did they bring you, or us?
Oh, when they brought food over?
Yeah, I was still recovering from anesthesia.
I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't remember.
Did they tell you? Because they've told us before, and sometimes it's just hard to understand exactly.
I don't believe they told me a dish name. They just told me
Okay.
what it was, but I actually don't even remember. It's on the vlog, but I don't remember what it was now. It was pumpkin. There was like baked pumpkin and rice and either lamb or beef. I don't recall the specifics now, but it was very good. It also came into just the right time because
we had just gotten back, right?
we had gotten back, we had you situated, and me, Alex, and Haley hadn't eaten food, and like that showed up, and we're like, well, that's dinner.
Okay, so you see how this is combined now with the egg and the vanilla?
Yeah.
And it's like a little bit softer instead of the big scoop I had. There were nuts in it, cashews and pumpkin, chat saying.
Yeah.
I don't remember it at all.
I don't know if there were, I mean, there were cashews in it, but I don't think there were peanuts. Maybe there were? I don't know. It has been too long ago.
All right, so I added all the flour in.
Yep.
Now I'm just going to combine this. I'm gonna be honest, this doesn't look right yet.
I love that.
So I'm hoping it turns out right, and I've just forgotten. I might switch to the whisk.
It does look pretty dry.
It does look very dry.
Like, it's definitely pretty dry.
I could add a little bit more egg. That's really the only thing I'm slightly unsure of because of how you measure it.
Sure. I mean, yeah, 1/4 of an egg is a wild measurement. We're experiencing something exciting together.
I'm just trying to get some of the inside of the stuff from the whisk out.
Sure.
Like I said, I have made this recipe before. This isn't something I found on Kikomon's website. And my other sugar cookie recipe that I didn't, like my full one, that's not this one like doubled or something, has milk in it, so I could also probably throw a little bit of milk in this. Which I think I'm gonna do.
Okay. So, I mean, one thing about it is that typically you are pretty good about updating your recipes. Like if you change them.
I'll write something, because like this is one of my handwritten ones.
Yeah.
And I'll write notes or I'll just write it on a Post-it and put it in there. So I haven't written anything, so I know that I've done this and it's turned out.
All right.
That's probably a teaspoon of milk or half a teaspoon. That's bringing it together a little bit more. Also, I normally do grab my mixer and I didn't.
Do you think maybe that's...
It could have whipped the butter and sugar better, maybe. That's my thought.
Do you need me to do that?
Uh-uh.
Okay.
drizzle a little more egg.
I know that you are a strong, independent woman, but
Yeah.
you are also a strong, independent woman that is recovering from surgery. So
I know.
Don't.
I do struggle to ask for help.
Yeah, that's why I'm witnessing something and addressing it.
Yesterday I picked up a laundry basket. Probably shouldn't have done that.
Oh, I flipped out. I was very upset. You're so anxious to get back to normal life.
Honestly, today's the first day I really feel like myself, and I'm not 100% there yet. But I do feel more like myself today than I have
That's
in 3
good.
weeks. See, that's looking more like cookie dough.
Yeah. But like, you definitely needed the egg and the additional egg and the milk.
Yeah, I definitely did.
And like, maybe it would have gotten there with the mixer. I don't know.
I don't know. I'm
Yeah,
gonna make another
that's-
batch after, and maybe I'll pull the mixer out.
Yeah, and then you'll be able to better update the recipe. Because like, one thing about it is that this sort of thing, you know, people that are doing this at home, if they're making a small batch of cookies like this, they may not have a mixer.
Yeah.
So if they don't have a mixer and they need to
And I wasn't gonna use my stand mixer, I was gonna use my hand mixer.
Sure. So they may,
This is so close. This is just slightly more crumbly than I want it to be.
yeah.
Just slightly.
Yeah, it has to be a little.
Chill Day says it's the first time you've made the 6 cookie version. No, I've made this, and I know I've made this because it's on Instagram. Or maybe it's on Twitter, because I remember Carlos Insane in the Rain Music specifically commenting on it.
Oh, so you made this.
I know I've made this
and
with
then
6.
you posted it on online somewhere. I see.
Anyway, this looks better.
Yeah, that looks more like cookie dough.
Okay. I'm gonna go with that.
Cool.
Then I'm just going to cut this into approximately 6 pieces.
Sure. Very approximate.
Yeah, I might move some around. Like this one's a little small. And that one's a little small. Okay. So then I'm gonna take each one,
Okay.
roll it, and then put it in the sugar, and roll it around in the sugar. And I forgot to grab this. And then I'm gonna put it on my cookie sheet.
Wonderful.
Chill Day says, I like getting close-ups of the nails. This is Rolling with My Chromies by Bluebird Lacquer. It was a pickup polish for last month, for September. Or was it August? I don't remember, but I ordered it. And I liked it. So this is where you could put some cinnamon in there if you wanted, or sprinkles, or if you have like color sugar, if you wanted to make these like, I don't know, green. Rayleigh says that's a very big sheet for a small batch. Yeah, my small batch, or my small cookie sheet is going to be used to make dinner, so that's, I didn't want to put the cookies on that. Terry says, oddly timed cookie stream as I was discussing holiday baking this afternoon and trying to come up with gluten-free recipes with my friend. I have made gluten-free recipes when I worked in college at a cafe, but I do not remember or have any of them. But I know there's a lot of really good ones out there.
One thing about prepping 6 cookies is that it doesn't take long to prep
No, it
just
doesn't.
6 cookies. So what has your oven been preheating to this whole time?
375. Thomas says, I just ate so much gluten that Thomas. All right, so.
Did you start reading his message
And then I
before you
stopped.
actually read
Yes.
his message? Mm.
All right, one more step before these go in the oven.
Milk?
No, we didn't have the milk.
No, milk in fridge.
Oh, I suppose.
Sorry. I need milk to be okay. This is how I eat cereal.
All right, I have a glass,
I see that.
and all I'm going to do is center these on the cookie sheet a little bit better. And then I'm just going to squish them a little bit.
Just a little squish
Just a little
is a
squish.
treat. Squish.
And I'm aiming, because of how big they are, for the exact size of this.
Okay.
I suppose I could have used a bigger cup. It seems good.
It seems fine.
Beautiful.
Cute.
Now they go in the oven
We love that.
for 8 to 10 minutes. Set a timer for 8 minutes. Wonderful. We Somber Mink gifted a sub too, Thomas. Thank you. Squish. It is my favorite part.
It's a very satisfying thing to witness.
It is. Bunny Brain says, does the size of the jar matter when shaping the cookies? Well, so I thought about using this glass, which is bigger, but this one was rounder and not strange shaped, so I went with this one, and I figured that seems like a cookie size. That's what I went with. What'd you eat? I want some.
You can.
Yeah. You got time to kill. Just bring in just like half a snack. Like some cheese.
We haven't had dinner yet. So I like eat that. Circle No Squared says, is Brandon just always there? Yeah, I mean we keep him under the couch, so it's like he's out of the way most of the times, and then you can just pull him out, and then he just makes charcuterie or does dishes, or he has like a lot of different tasks. He's kind of like a Roomba. Yeah. So to answer your question, yeah.
To really answer the question, you guys went today to get lunch, and you got the car serviced.
Yeah, I didn't go today to get lunch. I went today to deal with the car. Mm-hmm. It was time for car maintenance.
Triforce House is a pocket dimension.
And I was talking to Brandon, and I was like, you can go if you want. And he's like, okay. It's a change of scenery. And I was like, sure.
Did I set a timer? New watch. Why?
It's not a new watch.
There it is. I did set a timer. I got 5 minutes left.
Yeah, WatchOS changed functionally how the
Yes.
watch operates.
And it's been driving me crazy.
But it is better. It makes more sense.
I know, but I need to know.
It takes some time to get used to it. Mm-hmm. Now if you want to check timers, you just scroll up, and that's where your timers are. It's nice.
$300 bits from Aldo, who says, how do you train a Roomba to make a charcuterie? Asking for a friend. For a long time, we called Thomas Roomba.
Well, I don't know that we called Thomas Roomba so much as Thomas called Thomas Roomba.
Yeah. Because at the beginning of us doing like Saturday night game nights, Thomas's computer, every so often, like the cable would get loose and he would sound like a robot.
Yeah. It wasn't that the cable got loose, although the thing I'm about to say is a technical detail that doesn't matter at all. He ran out of the buffer. Sorry. 2 people will appreciate this. I'm so glad I derailed the conversation to tell it. There's a buffering issue. Anyway, he would occasionally sound like a robot. And then I think he is the one that labeled himself as Roomba.
Taylor Crisp, it was a Thursday.
I know. I as soon as I started saying, it's like, this is definitely Big Thursday energy. Like, no one needs to know this.
Terry gifted a sub to Brandon Couch the Great. That is a username.
I love Brandon Couch the Great.
Big Thursday energy is a good hashtag. And it's Wednesday. Do you need more charcuterie?
We do need to raid with Big Thursday energy, specifically because it's Wednesday. That's very...
That's very
funny.
good. All right, what are we at? 3 minutes. Let's take a peek. They turned into a dome.
That's what you want.
Dome. We love Dome.
They're dome-shaped.
Famously here, we're big fans of Dome.
Chaz says it's very hashtag Big Thursday energy move to rate it on a Wednesday. It's perfect.
Yeah, I love that. I'm very much in favor of this. Renee, you know me very well.
Steven's just there waiting to shove cookies in his mouth.
That also describes me on a daily basis.
That cheese is really good.
Like
That cheese is blueberry goat cheese. It's very good. It's very sweet. Treya gifted a sub to Jace Book. Thank you. Giving out gift subs today. Circle Now Squirt says, Brandon, just take the cheese with you.
Yeah, just take out the whole, like unsheath the whole cheese log and just grip it in your hand like a corn dog.
It's so wet.
It's very wet.
And
It's
well,
never,
just commit.
when I've bought this, it's never been this liquidy before.
Tell you what.
What?
Next one of these cheese logs you buy, we'll get like a real big popsicle stick and shove it in an end, and you can just treat it like a corn dog. Shoot, you could deep fry that.
You could deep fry that.
Oh my God. Wow.
Are you just trying to see like how ineffective you can make the cholesterol medicine?
They're gonna be like, man, you know, this medicine had been working for you, but I think we need to up your dosage. I'll be like, I don't know why. And I'll be saying that with a fried cheese log in my hand.
Wake up, new State Fair food just dropped.
I mean, the State Fair is coming up. The State Fair is very, very soon.
I had to go check if they still had the egg roll cubanos this year.
Do they?
They do.
There you go.
They're not one of the new foods, obviously, that was last year.
Sure. Yeah.
AJ Umich says it's kind of like a Korean corn dog. I'm gonna spoil one for you, Brandon, sorry. One of them is Korean sushi on a stick, deep fried.
Let's go.
Yeah.
I mean, in time. We can't go yet. But yes, I'm very excited about it. I'm very, very excited.
Yeah, we're very excited for the State Fair. Soon.
Yeah.
Aldo gifted a sub too, blueberry corn dog.
Blueberry corn dog.
That would be what that is.
Oh, actually, a blueberry corn dog is a real thing, though. That's a very real thing. Like, that username exists because it's a real thing. Like, the breading has blueberries in it.
Like pancake batter.
Yeah, I've had those before. Yeah. They
Says,
typically...
how is that sushi? It's like the whole thing before you slice it into sushi.
Blueberry corn dog is typically...
A breakfast?
Like, it's a breakfast thing. Instead of a hot dog, they'll use a sausage.
Those don't look done yet.
A sausage link. Do a sausage link and then pancake batter, and there's blueberries in the pancake batter, and then you serve it with maple syrup. It's very good. They're very good. I've never had one of those like homemade. I've always had like a frozen thing, but oh my God, if you could get that at a restaurant, like if someone were to make that at a restaurant, I bet that would be stupendous.
All right, 8 minutes was not enough, so we're gonna add 2 more minutes.
American food sure is a thing. Oh, we're not even
Egger
scratching
says the Minnesota
surface.
Fair went nuts with pickle stuff this year for some reason, like donuts and lemonade.
Yeah,
Carly didn't say anything about that. Carly went to Minnesota State Fair.
There's actually there's a fair bit of new things for the North Carolina State Fair that has pickles.
Yes.
Pickle donuts. Sorry, I'm spoiling everything for. Brandon didn't want to know, and now he has to know about everything.
See, we were arguing that like they don't advertise this. Like there's not a sign that's like State Fair food new thing. He'd have to check every booth.
Yeah, it's very big. In my opinion, it is better to kind of have a general idea of what's there, so you don't get too full before you get to the thing that you were like, oh man, I want 5 of these.
I do want to take you to a Midwest State Fair, like Wisconsin or Minnesota.
Sure, I'd love to.
They're a bit bigger than the North Carolina State Fair.
Okay. Well, this one's plenty big enough, in my opinion.
Brandon says, I want you to find the thing you're most excited about and put it in my hand blind.
Okay. Sure. Well, the thing I'm most excited about I can't talk about because then it'll ruin the surprise. It's fine.
But literally the State Fair foods dropped today, and I posted in our Raleigh chat, and I was like, wake up, babe, new State Fair foods. Here are the highlights. Here you can go look at pictures.
What's up, Haley?
Hi, Haley.
What about the rides? I'm not a big ride.
I can't ride any rides right now.
I'm not a big ride guy. I'm especially not a big ride guy on a day where my primary goal is to just shove food into my face. Like I feel like you kind of have to choose. Like if you're gonna go like hog wild on food, it might be a bad idea to like also do all the rides and like jerk your body around.
Yeah, I'm not going to go on any rides.
Yeah. But the other thing is that the state fair it's $10 to get into the state fair. But if you want to ride rides, that's an additional thing.
I'm gonna give this just another like minute.
Like I think it's if you
Set a timer for a minute.
I think it's like
a minute.
An unlimited ride pass is an additional $25 or something. So instead of $10, it's like $35. And I'm like, I'd just not ride anything. Because that's $25 that can be used for like something fried.
I heard a rumor about the state fair food. And I don't know if it's true because I read it online, but someone was saying that there's someone they know that runs one of the restaurants at the state fair.
Yeah.
And like they make enough money from the state fair that they don't have to be open ever otherwise. Like just that's how good it is, like
interesting.
Financially.
Very interesting. I mean, I'm sure that, because like the state fair is what, 10 days in North Carolina? I think so. So
I think.
Yeah, and there's like on the daily.
There are local restaurants who do things there because like La Farm does a stand there, and gosh, there's like 3 others I know of that are like actual restaurants in the area.
La Farm, that's the breakfast place.
Yeah, I just have breakfast.
Yeah, I went there with Haley at some point. Yeah, they're open for like 10 days, and
that looks better.
The amount of people that are coming through on a day-to-day basis ranges from like 45 to 70,000 people.
These are done.
Oh, look at that.
You forgot we were doing more than talk about the state fair.
Sorry,
let me set this down. That's real hot.
I'm getting excited about food, and I don't even realize there's other food around. Look at this.
All right, so they look like this.
They sure do.
Mm-hmm. They have a little bit of golden brown at the edges. That's how you know they're done. And the centers are like crackly and not liquid dough.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna set them here for another few seconds so the bottoms get a little more solid, and then we'll pull them off.
Okay, that sounds like a good plan.
Adam texts, I like how Mel slaps her watch. It locks the screen. That's why I do it.
Oki says, I've never been, even though I go to college in Raleigh. You should go.
You should go.
You should go.
They do have a lunch pass thing where you can get a ticket for cheap if you're only there during like a lunch hour to go eat. But I don't know, like there's like a rule about it.
There's also, I don't know like the specifics, but there's there's different days that give like discounts to different people, and I think one of them is students.
Yes, there's also one where there's a certain day if you bring 3 cans of food in, like 3 cans of vegetables or something, you get a discount.
Yeah, and there's like military appreciation day,
Yeah.
so there's like a bunch of different potential discounts, but also just ordering a ticket in advance is $10.
Yeah.
Which I think is very fair for
Brandon
the
says
state
there's
fair.
train service. Amtrak does have a special stop at the state fair, so you can just like take the Amtrak there if you're in North Carolina. We have a 6-month resub from Haley who says cookies. Cookies.
When,
They're out.
but
They're
when-
right here.
But when,
They're really hot. They're really hot. Here, let's move this over here. And I'll take this over here. And then we will put the cookies on here. I can't do that. I gotta bring the whole thing over. Cookie, I know you want cookie.
sit, shake.
Sit.
God, I
Paw.
want to have like a cup of coffee with this, but
You want me to cut one in
I
half?
have had 4 cups of coffee today because I was at a dealership where the main thing to drink was coffee, and I was like, sure, coffee. Ooh. It was decaf coffee at the dealership. I haven't had any caffeine today.
So these do fall apart, but I'm sure they'll be fine if they cool down. But they are warm. You happy?
Oh, the edges.
The centers are nice and soft, and the edges are just a little bit crispy.
Sorry. Sometimes I get a very like involuntary gallop. I'm just gonna use.
The whole thing. They are large cookies. You could probably cut them in half. Yeah, Haley, you can have one.
Come get it.
They're cool enough to eat.
Yeah, but will they fall apart?
Yeah, but they're warm and they're good warm. Haley says, but I just got home. I'll bring you one tomorrow.
This is huge.
Yeah, they're huge.
Oh
No.
yeah, this is fine.
Not when you eat it.
It does get smaller.
It
when
gets
you eat
smaller immediately.
That's my favorite part about eating cookies.
People are always like, that's so much food. And I'm like, give me a minute.
They're good warm.
They are. This is nice, simple, great. Like you said, crispy on the outside. Good.
Fresh bake yum. That is true.
I don't think I'm gonna like start breakdancing, but
You gonna dance at all?
You come into my house, you spill my wife's cookies by not dancing for cookies.
Do they need salt?
you can try it.
Jesus.
What? I'm eating this one. I didn't do it to your cookie.
Maybe some soy sauce.
Alien Gator says maybe some soy sauce.
That's really good.
Cookie.
My opinion.
In Brandon's opinion, it needed salt. Bunny Brain says, anyone hear a high-pitched whooshing? That's my oven.
Oh, that's Whistly.
That's Whistly.
That's Whistly. Here, you could
Oh.
get a little better. Yeah,
I still left it on because I'm going to make another batch of cookies for the neighbors, but even when I turn it off, it takes a good half hour before it stops.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. Whistly is my least favorite part of this house, but it's fine.
It ranks in that category for me. I don't know if it's my least favorite.
It's fine. We can't get rid of Whistly. Whistly is just always with us, and therefore we have to embrace Whistly. Give Whistly a name. It's fine. Whistly cools down faster when the oven's open, but
Well,
you
I
need
left
the
it
oven
on.
hot
Yeah.
because
We
you're
also
gonna...
need to make dinner. You have to make
God.
the salmon.
I haven't eaten anything. I'm so hungry. I should
Yeah.
probably just eat more
Yeah.
cookies.
No,
Oh,
don't.
okay.
All right. Thanks everyone for tuning in, for making small batch cookies.
Yeah.
They're simple, they're easy. You just need a few cookies. That's a good recipe.
Yeah. They did turn out. You did have to add a
Yes.
little more egg and a little more
I
milk,
did have to add a
which
little
wasn't
more
in
egg
the
and milk.
recipe.
Mm-hmm.
But like those are very good. So, yeah.
300 bits from Aldo who says, so when is Whistly getting their own spin-off channel?
Probably any day now.
Yeah.
Because I think increasingly more and more people are tuning in for Whistly.
Yeah.
So that makes a lot of sense.
At least half of you, right?
Yeah. Oh, at least half. Mm-hmm. We already have our raid message of Big Thursday energy. Mm-hmm. Oh, you haven't had an opportunity to raid Jack, have
No,
you?
I haven't. So we should do that. We're going to be raiding Toxic X Eternity, who is playing some music with Big Thursday energy.
Jack is always just playing music.
He's good at it.
It's almost like he's a musician or
Yeah.
something. What a wild career path. Incredible.
But thanks everyone for tuning in. I am doing better from surgery, so I'm not sure exactly when I'll feel like painting again, but the motion of like painting seems like a lot. So
Yeah.
we're just not gonna do that until I'm ready for that.
Yeah. You'll
Yeah.
get back to
But
it.
I'm streaming. So
Yeah.
it may be some more cooking for a while. Maybe I'll redo my nails at some point.
Maybe we'll come up with an entirely new idea.
I gotta do garden stuff. Rather, I need other people to do garden stuff for me.
Wow. So you can be like the who do they call the construction person that just
The foreman?
The foreman. You can be the foreman.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can be foreman, and the rest of us will just do whatever you say.
Uh-huh.
You'll be mic'd. No one else will be mic'd. So you'll just hear faint like, and you'll be like, nope, do that. That'd be great.
Like little Pikmin.
Little Pikmin.
Yeah. Yeah, and then you can throw us into the pond and see which
Okay.
ones of us swim. Find out who the true blue Pikmin is. It's not me. Okay.
All right. Chaz, could you start a raid for me to Toxic X Eternity?
He can do it.
Manager for Deichu. Mm-hmm. I am. Oh, you did? I don't see it.
Oh, the element is gone, so we can't see that it's happening, but
All
it's
right.
happening. Wave goodbye.
Our raid message is Big Thursday
Big
Energy.
Thursday
Thanks,
energy.
everyone.
We'll see you tomorrow morning for breakfast stream on my channel, and also I'm doing Starfield at 1. See you then. I don't know what this pose is.
Oh my gosh, what's up, Mel?
Hi, Jack.
Thursday energy, hell yeah.
I expected
No, just.
anything else.
I think that raid message could have been literally anything. Jack would have been down, like, hell yeah.
He's a good dude.
He is. He really is.
All right.
Okay,
Thanks, everyone, for being here.
we're gonna make more cookies and some dinner.
Are you able to reach those for me? Because the stretch is hard.
Oh, stretch is easy.
All right.
Even stretching.
I'm not even
No,
stretching.
he's not even stretching. Have a good night, everyone. Thanks.
Bye.